My name's Amanda Sutton. I'm the Sustainability Manager for Denver International Airport. A sustainability manager can mean different things depending on what industry you're in. For transportation and the airport, I was hired to help integrate sustainability into the business decisions that we make. And what that means is not only looking at short-term financial implications of our decisions, but how those projects or decisions will impact the environment, our community, our employees, our air service carriers, everyone far into the future. So we're looking much more long-term into the projects that we're doing and making sure that we're making the right decisions long-term and not just short-term. So sustainability for Denver International Airport means a lot of different things. When I started, my focus was more internal corporate sustainability. So looking at our internal processes, how we purchase materials, how we operate our facilities, so energy use, water use, those kinds of things. And since then, I've been there for 6 years now, and it's really expanded to encompass a lot of really interesting projects and initiatives that I never thought I would be involved in. One really fun example is we have a small apiary at the airport. So we have a beehive. I have become the resident beekeeper. That's something that I never thought I would be doing. I love it. It's really fun. I learn so many different things about vegetation and landscape management and erosion control and supporting pollinators, and it's been really great. So it's a fun position in that I'm able to do a lot of different things that I didn't think I would ever get to do when I was first starting out in this career. I got into the transportation and construction industry. I kind of stumbled into it, actually. It wasn't something I had really considered that was presented to me as an option in school. And I was always very interested in sustainability and in green building and sustainable construction practices. And so I had some experience with that early in my career. And then when I saw this position at the airport, it was really exciting. It was a really cool opportunity because it was able to take something that I had no idea about. I had no experience in airports or transportation, and marry it with something that I was a subject matter expert in as far as sustainability and green building and construction. And what's been really fun about that is I often offer a new perspective than our teams have had in the past. So being able to come into these project teams and say, well, how might we do this better? Or have we thought about what that will look like in 50 years? And asking those types of questions and really watching our team shift and change and come up with new innovative solutions to meet those new goals. And that's been really fun. So I've been lucky. The most important advice I would give to young women about their careers is don't be intimidated, which sounds easier. It's easier said than done, admittedly. But I was looking at some statistics on this, and I think women make up anywhere from 10 to 20% of the transportation industry and construction industry. I think it's even less. And it can be intimidating. I can't tell you how many meetings I've walked into where I am the only woman in the room. And sometimes that can intimidate you to a point that you don't speak up, or that you don't ask the question or make the comment that you think needs to be made. And that's a mistake. Even if the transportation industry and construction industry, we're like the ultimate team sport. That's how I describe it. Because we're building multi-million-dollar projects that are so complex because you're not just building a roadway. You're building a roadway while also maintaining functionality of the existing infrastructure. And that's so challenging. And so when our teams, the best of us in this industry, recognize that the more diverse our teams are, the more perspective that we have, the more successful we will be as a team. And so don't be intimidated by, maybe being the only woman in the room or being the youngest person in the room even, because I know as someone who works in this industry, I value that. That is something that I see as a value because you're adding a new perspective to the team. Get out of your comfort zone. And that is something that is sometimes really challenging, but it leads you down some really interesting pathways.